What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sun and Pop's Culture. I'm Sun.
And I'm Pops.
And this is episode 89.
Makes me feel fine. 89. 89. Yeah.
For a second, I forgot what I usually said.
Oh, wow.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple weeks. Yeah. We apologize for yet another unscheduled hiatus, but we are justified. A
lot of travel.
Yeah, a lot of travel. I came out there to the best coast to check you out, and didn't have time to record. Yeah. We were too busy visiting and running around. It was a great trip, bud. It was great seeing you. You know, seeing
Likewise.
where you stomp. You know, it was a great visit. I really enjoyed myself. You know, met some cool people. You know, did some cool things. So you know, it was dope.
Yeah,
it was dope. But
it's great having you out here.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
you're do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it soon and very soon. But so what we do here at Sun and Pop's Culture is give you our take on movies, music, video games, comic books, literature, sports, and a little slice of life. Sometimes you get the whole pie. East and West, young and old, X and Z, Sun and Pops. Where can the people find us at, buddy?
Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Sun and Pop's Culture. There we have highlights, full episodes of the show with our faces. Mm-hmm. Always feel free to check us out, hit us up. If you have a certain thing you want us to talk about or just want to chat, we're always happy to hear from you.
Yeah, always happy to hear from our listeners. So I guess we'll start where we always start.
Yes, with this week's drink.
This week's drink started as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, but has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want. Because either way, we gonna drink. What do you have for the people today, buddy?
Today, I have just a simple Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. And your Sun and Pop's Culture glass brought to us by Simony Cricket. Nice.
Thank you, Sim.
Yeah. Yeah, I have Wild Turkey 101 with ginger. All right. In my Sun and Pop's Culture shot glass. So, cheers, buddy. 89.
89.
Feeling fine. Yeah.
Was that a song you sang?
Yeah, summer breeze makes me feel fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like flowing through the jasmine in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that song now. Yeah, the guitar riff.
Yeah. There's a whole story about makes me feel fine, but I'll save it for another day. Yeah, so here we are, but it's been a little bit. A lot has happened. A lot has happened. While we were visiting you, San Diego Comic-Con happened, and there was major news for the MCU. But outside of that, Marvel's what? Deadpool Wolverine Deadpool. What is it? Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
That dropped, and it was huge. So do you want to just get into that?
I think we should.
Yeah.
It's been a long-awaited Marvel movie.
True indeed. Before we really
go ahead.
Deadpool
sequel.
Yeah, long time coming. Yeah, I mean, I was. I think we've talked about it. Just like Ryan Reynolds, people don't understand what that man actually accomplished with this trilogy of movies, because the Deadpool movie that he was originally supposed to do was dead in the water completely after that horrible X-Men Wolverine Origins where he played Deadpool. And then he and the director shot that trailer on their own, and you called it what, proof of concept?
It was a proof of concept film.
Yeah, and the thing people don't get is like, you've seen it. I mean, everybody's seen it. Just this short trailer he did. They did that. You know what I mean? Like they took it upon themselves to make that and then present it to Fox, and Fox was like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like I remember when that shit leaked, my friends were like, "Did you see that Deadpool trailer?" And I was like,
people are like, I need this.
"Yeah,
now.
like this is what I want." Like,
yeah,
so I mean, he doesn't get enough credit for that. He really doesn't, because not that we know how hard it is to get a film made, but these studios don't take a lot of chances, and when they
I mean, because they're spending
millions of dollars, yeah. So he went out there and made them believe in what he did, and what he did made him Marvel Jesus. So he is now Marvel Jesus. So
he is, yeah. And so yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine came out. First Disney Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
And
yes, first one with Disney owning Deadpool. Yes. So.
And the first Disney Marvel movie with a previously Fox owned
True indeed
as well.
Yeah, true indeed.
And the last Deadpool movie before this was 2018, so it's been 6 years since Deadpool 2.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy, and so much has changed. Yeah. The landscape with these superhero comic book movies has changed so much.
Yeah, like 2018 probably was the peak,
Yeah, you got to figure that at that point Deadpool was like, I don't want to say he was an outlier, but he was doing his own thing. Deadpool was the R-rated option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was the only one, until Venom.
And they're making money.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just the fact that, so now you fast forward 6 years and they need Deadpool to perform. They need Deadpool for more than just like dick jokes, and like they need him to like tie this all together so they can move forward with the next phase. Like, because to all my Marvel fans out there, what these last few years have been like. There's if like I say, like I always say,
every other project.
Yeah, if it were baseball players, they'd be in the Hall of Fame, but this ain't baseball, baby. Like, so it's just there have been some misses. So
honestly, since people like to credit, that Endgame was the start. That was the beginning of the end.
It was. I mean, it was.
Every other project is hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have some gems. We have No Way Home.
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever was solid.
It was good, but it's weird how forgettable it was.
Yeah, it was solid.
For as good as it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever rewatched it?
And then you had Loki season 2. No, I have not.
It's crazy, right?
Not. Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Honestly, I forget it.
Yeah, I think about it, like, I'm like, why haven't I was in that movie theater? Yeah. I was crying. Like, I'm like, why wouldn't I rewatch that movie? Yeah. Know. We had Loki season.
Bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, they gave us Namor. I call him Namor, but dope. They call him Namor. And he was, and I'm like, what? Although, we'll have to get into that later when we talk about trailers, because there was something. But,
okay.
But, it wasn't what Namor, it was just something, you know how my mind goes. It went like boom, boom, boom. But anyways, so this last
so Deadpool Wolverine had a lot of pressure.
A lot.
Just
yeah,
like the superhero fatigue is a thing.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
People aren't just gonna go see a Marvel movie just to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And also the previous 2 Deadpool movies were good.
They were good,
and enjoyable. Mm-hmm. And this is the first Disney one, so people are like, "Is he going to be Deadpool?"
Yes.
If you know Deadpool,
yes,
he's a loud mouth, dirty mouth.
Yeah, he's like me,
crazy killing.
He's like me after like my 4th shot.
And but with guns.
Yeah,
with
guns and swords. He's gonna say some real reckless shit.
Yeah,
it'd be like, did I what? And what did I say? Like, what did I say? But
and that's not the Disney brand.
No, not at all.
And it's history. Not saying they've never done an R-rated movie, but like I can't think of one where it's Disney.
Well, no, Disney literally has other labels to release their R-rated stuff.
Do that stuff.
Yeah. So this put them in a weird position where it has to say Marvel on it, and everybody knows Marvel is Disney. So what are we doing? Yeah. What are we doing right here? So, but
and I will say, I personally think to help segue this
Mm.
is, at least for Americans, Disney Plus started basically being Hulu recently,
Yes, it did.
and having all of Hulu's content, FX, Hulu,
Hmm.
available on Disney Plus, and Fox's content, which
Yes.
has more
Yeah.
mature stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, The Bear you can
Yeah.
watch on Disney
On
Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah.
So, and having the other Deadpool movies on there, I think it was just to help. I don't know, clear that stigma away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, like we're not all cookie cutter PG stuff. Like, we're showing this on Disney Plus. That's my personal opinion with which helped with the rollout of this film. That's just me.
No, I get what you're saying, and that makes sense. It was like it helps smooth the transition and
Yeah,
what's the word? I guess the optics of it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it didn't look as bad. But yeah, and before we go any further into this review, I guess we need to let the people know that like I personally am not a Deadpool fan.
yes, you are
He's
not.
like my least favorite character. For a lot of reasons. I've bought and sold his first appearance 3 times. and I'm nothing against people who love Deadpool. Like my main man, our number one fan, Anthony Conrad, he loves Deadpool, you know, and that's my dude. So I don't know. He's just not my jam and hasn't been since. I mean, he first came out, I dug him, but when it just became whatever it became, I guess I just don't like humorous comic book characters. I just don't. But I watched the first movie based on that trailer, and I dug it. And I watched part of the second one. I never actually finished it, and I dug it. But I was like,
Yeah,
look, I'm going to go see Deadpool Wolverine because as a fan, I need to see it, and just because I'm out there supporting the cause. And it's not like and I was like, as long as I'm entertained, I'll be good. Now,
yeah.
you speak. Now, where are you at in regards to Deadpool?
So I'm like you.
Yeah.
Honestly, my dislike with him is not to offend anyone, but because of the fandom of like his peak. I
Yes.
think it was like my early teenage
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Deadpool can do anything.
Yeah.
He's the funniest guy ever.
Yeah.
He's the coolest superhero
Yeah.
ever. And I was just like, what? When did
Yeah.
this? How did this happen?
How did this happen? Like I remember.
And this was like, to me, it was like 2008 to 2015.
Yeah, you're probably right. All things were Deadpool.
Yeah.
I remember being in high school. New Mutants '98 came out. Deadpool's on the cover. His character design was cool. Come to find out, he's actually a spoof of a DC character, Deathstroke. And you know, to you guys, Deathstroke. Like, yeah. So like, if you guys came up watching Teen Titans Go, you know Deathstroke was known as Slade. And look at him, and they're like, "Oh shit, that's Deadpool." And Deathstroke's a dope character, and Deadpool was just a spoof of him. And then like
not even a spoof, because he was serious.
He was serious. Yeah, his first appearance, he was serious.
So it was just Marvel's version of Deathstroke.
And then they did his first limited series, and I bought it because the art was banging. It was a limited series. I bought it. I still have it to this day. I liked it. And then he got his first ongoing, and I bought it. And that's when the Merc with the Mouse stuff started. Joe Kelly wrote it. I forget who drew it. But and I liked it because it wasn't too much. But I was like, oh, this is kind of a humorous book, but it was still good. And then I just kind of got away from it. And sometime after I got away from collecting that book is when it exploded. And I was like, what am I? But then I tried to come back to it, and I was like, oh, I hate this. Like I was like, I hated everything about it. But like you can
it just became too much. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Just a caricature of what made him enjoyable.
Right.
Which happens to every exploited piece of fiction.
Right. Because like but it's amazing. I mean, but that just shows the show like my taste is definitely not the taste, because people love Deadpool just like they love Venom, and as you know, I hate Venom. So so it's like I just these characters that people like, I don't know, it's just I don't get it. Like to me it's just like that.
I will say my introduction to Deadpool was Ultimate Alliance 2.
Oh, the video game.
The video game.
Yeah.
And he was an unlockable character,
Mm-hmm.
and he could teleport.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love.
He threw the grenades. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was so cool.
Uh-huh.
His costume was cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I do enjoy him. Like
Mm-hmm.
like my memory wasn't always just like, and I really enjoy his movies.
Well, and if they came out with a Deadpool game, I'd definitely play it.
I would get it.
I mean, dude's
yeah.
basically a ninja that can't die. Like, I definitely would play it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and when Deadpool shows up in other people's books that are well written, I dig it. Like when he was in X Force, I was digging him being in X Force. Like, yeah.
He was in that Uncanny X Force, and he was written well. When when he's not like the main draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. He wasn't like the ridiculous guy.
Yeah. But that being said, people, I give this movie as a Deadpool movie a 10 out of 10. As a comedy,
as a Deadpool movie.
Yes, it was perfect for what it was. It did it perfectly. Like if you're making a hamburger, they made the perfect hamburger. So for this being a Deadpool 3, it was perfect. For it being a superhero movie and me being a fan of superhero movies, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Because I was watching it, I was enjoying it, but at one point I had a thought where I was like, man, I'm so glad every superhero movie isn't like this. Like I was like this is cool for what it is, but I couldn't watch this type of superhero movie over and over again. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, but I dug it. I did dig it for what they were doing. And low key, the movie is called Deadpool Wolverine, and low key, those of you who know me know that Wolverine is my favorite character, period.
Yeah, he's in your background.
Yeah, people. Yeah. Like people think it's Batman, but real talk, it's always been Wolverine. So seeing him get his due in that movie made me very, very, very happy. So So I don't know.
Before we get into it,
we're still not into it.
because for me, I like how you ordered it for a Deadpool movie. Like I went in thinking, as long as I'm having fun, and it's funny, and it carries the same tone as the previous two had.
Yeah,
I'm happy, and it did. It made me laugh. It had good action.
Yeah,
and it felt the same as the previous two films. And it surprised me.
Yeah.
And for that, I give it a 7.8 out of 10 for like a superhero film.
Yeah.
Just for like what it did and stuff. And just keeping me on my feet. It does get messy in the middle and stuff.
A little bit.
Yeah. But overall, I was entertained. So I had fun.
Yeah. And I think Deadpool knows what it is. You know what I mean? It knows what it is.
Yeah, it's not, not some MCU altering film.
Yeah,
it wasn't going in doing that.
Like, I feel like if they approached him like, Ryan, we need this movie to be, and he was like, you do know this is Deadpool, right? Like don't lean on us because we're going to do what we do.
Like I think they use this as we're gonna get the people excited again for the next Marvel movie.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and I will say this. I think this is what people expected Multiverse of Madness to be.
Yeah. A zillion different cameos, a zillion Easter eggs. Like for those of you who haven't seen it,
it's fun.
Yeah, just fun. Like
anything's possible.
Yeah, like it was. I mean, they nailed it. I mean, I get what they were doing. Okay, so I guess spoilers.
Wait, you. Oh yeah, say spoilers.
Yeah, but I mean, but I mean, like just once I realized, I'm like, oh my god, they're giving all the old Fox stuff. They're like, bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Fantastic Four. Oh, Elektra. Oh, Blade, who gets no love, and he's the one that started this gangster shit. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the reviews for Blade, the first Blade, and people were like, "Oh my god, like this guy figured out how to make a comic book movie. Like it doesn't have to be, like doesn't have to be an origin story, blah blah blah." You know, and the fact that Wesley Snipes is saying that Ryan Reynolds literally hit him up, was like, "Hey, I want you to do something for me," because Ryan Reynolds was in the last Blade movie with Wesley Snipes, and I'm like, that's like a degree of loyalty that I didn't know existed.
That's what Ryan was doing to everyone. He texted Chris Evans. He's like, "Hey, I don't know if it's possible, but will you be willing to do XYZ?"
Right. So could you? So if that actually exists in Hollywood, that's fucking amazing. Like if there's actually people who were like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna ask," and maybe they'll say yeah. You know, like anything's possible then. Like anything, I just need you for a couple of days, bud. And they're like, "Oh, okay, I got you, dog." You know, like everybody's like, "Well, I need to talk to someone." No, you don't. You can just come. Hair and makeup. You ain't gotta work out, dog. Just do this, and you get to like act up. And they're like, "Yeah, okay." So that was amazing. And I keep saying my biggest takeaway from that movie, straight up, is that when Channing Tatum got cast as Gambit a decade ago, we were all talking shit about how that was horrible casting.
Oh yeah, and when he was coming off a Magic Mind,
and we were all like,
all this stuff. You're like, why
would anyone want to see Channing Tatum play Gambit?
Yeah,
and then when he got to finally play Gambit,
I'm sorry.
Son,
I'm digging it. I'm happy for him.
Yes, I think. Can we get that movie next? When he shuffled those cards and brought him back in, I was like, okay, like he did his thing. His
accent was spot on.
Yes. I was like
he worked on that.
Yeah, like who knew? And then as he was fighting, I'm like, oh yeah. He can dance his ass off. He's acrobatic. It makes perfect sense that he would play Gambit. Like it was like he's like, yeah, I can just do this. Like he was like, you want me to do like a one-handed handspring into a leg sweep and then jump up and hit him with my staff? Yeah, I'll do that. No problem. Because I know how to move my body because I'm Channing Tatum. So yeah.
Yeah, we messed up.
We messed up on that. We did. That was a mistake. So
the studio messed up.
Yeah.
They never.
Yeah.
And that was in production for forever. You know?
Yep.
It never happened.
So, and I mean, Wesley got his due as Blade. He said, "It only been one Blade. Only ever gonna be one Blade."
He did say that.
I was like,
that silence.
Yeah.
That silenced a lot of people.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, we ain't ever getting that.
No, we ain't getting it
unless he's coming back.
Because I guess they when they showed the schedule again at Comic-Con, Blade was on there again. Blade was on there again for like 2027. That shit was supposed to come out.
Oh no, sorry, it's in November 2026.
Is that what it said? That shit ain't ever coming out. No. The director just quit. They're like, it ain't ever coming out.
No,
but so yeah,
the cameos are great. Like unexpected. I at least wasn't thinking we were gonna see Gambit.
No,
and let alone appreciate him.
Well, that was the thing. Go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and Chris Evans coming back as Johnny Storms.
That set the tone. That's what set the tone. When he was like, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. And I was like, is he going to say it? And then when he said Flame On, I said, holy shit. I was like, this is what they're doing? I was like, oh my gosh. This is what they're doing. Because we've always joked about like the fact that he was the Human Torch first. So it was perfect. Yeah. It was perfect that they started it with him. That's perfect. So
to show anything can happen.
Yeah. And I was like, wow. And like when I saw X-23, I was just happy to see her. Because I was like, damn, that movie's so good. Like, Logan is such a good movie.
Yeah.
And that was actually my biggest concern. Because I was like, Logan really was like Hugh Jackman's swan song to Wolverine. It was like, Clint, you know what I mean?
Perfect. Like, it was a Western.
Yeah, it was like, this is his Unforgiven. Like, I'm done with Wolverine after this. So the fact that they were able to bring him back with, I'm assuming, was a truckload of money. I mean, they were like, he was probably woke up and heard beep, beep, beep. But they were like, is that the garbage truck? They were like, yeah, and it's filled with money. So
on top of the box office bonus.
That he's going to get on the back end. He's just like, tell I'm 90. Tell you're 90.
Yeah. So true.
So yeah.
And I love how it started because I think we were all worried how they're doing this
Yeah,
after Logan's
after Logan.
perfect ending,
Yes.
and he said straight like one of the first lines, like, "You think we're gonna honor
Yeah.
his death?
Yeah.
We're not."
We're not. Yeah.
I just started digging up his grave.
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
But they couldn't have done it any
Yeah.
other way.
Yeah, they had to.
They just addressed the elephant in the room.
Yeah, and when he got to the grave, when he got to the body, and he was like, "Motherfucker!" I was like, "Oh my god, it's nothing but bones." I was like, "As it would."
And it was Animanium.
Yeah,
and then one of my favorite openings. I think.
Yeah, that shit was
Marvel
epic.
Film.
That was epic.
Just the song.
I mean,
bye.
Yeah,
and he's dancing in between like the music video.
Yeah, that's insane.
That was funny.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, they whoever does I mean, I'm assuming it's Ryan Reynolds, the director, and somebody else in a room, just like
he was one of the writers.
He wrote,
Ryan Reynolds.
He has to have been.
It's
just too perfect, because he just. It's amazing because I think I've told you I've never seen any of his other movies. I don't give a fuck about Ryan Reynolds, but he's funny as Deadpool. He is funny. Like I'm like,
he was made for the
role. Like this was Hugh Jackman was meant to be Wolverine. You were meant to be Deadpool. Like this was and give it up to Hugh Jackman. That old ass man was shredded wheat. When he took his shirt off at the end of that movie, I said,
when it busted open.
I was like, yeah. This dude's shredded. And then Deadpool looked at the screen and nodded. I said, yeah, that dude is yoked.
Yeah, I'm about to go back to the gym now,
that was
this guy's 50-something years old.
He's like, I ain't had a carb or any water for fucking 3 weeks. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, damn.
Yeah. And not just that, but like he didn't phone it in.
No, he didn't.
Like
he didn't.
I mean, like you said, they paid him a lot of money to come back.
Yeah,
it's been 7 years since he played leading, like not a cameo. Right?
Yeah,
and he delivered.
Yeah,
he did. Saying it's his best Wolverine performance, but it's still really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, we could get into all the different like cameos of Wolverine, different versions of Wolverine.
Yeah,
it was they did a hell of a job on it. I really cannot complain about the movie. I really can't. I can't. I recommend people seeing it. I remember when we left, I said, I don't know if I'd go see it again. But the more I talk about it to people, the more I'm like, man, that movie was good. Like, you should.
I would watch it again.
Yeah, I'd watch it again. I wouldn't go. I don't think I'd go to the theater again.
I wouldn't go theater again.
But when it comes on, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because, especially if you're a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Because I listened to this one review, and they said, for people complaining about not seeing comic book accurate Wolverine for his whole runtime, basically.
Yeah.
In this film, you see so many different versions.
Yeah.
Of comic book accurate Wolverine.
Yes.
Just in that montage alone.
Yes. Yeah. When he hopped off that
iconic covers too.
But, hey, X-Men 251, him on that cross, bro. That's the one. That's the one.
You said that.
Yeah.
We also got him in the brown suit.
The brown suit
with Hulk.
Yes, with Hulk. Yeah.
And the reflection of
that's an Incredible Hulk 340.
Clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Henry Cavill as
Wolverine. It's the legendary Cavalry.
Which, not complaining.
Yeah. I'm here for it. But like
he was looking good.
You saw the thing. It said, "Hey, low key, Henry Cavill just became the second person to ever play Wolverine in the film," which is nuts to think that it's literally been Hugh Jackman since what 2000,
24 years.
That's nuts. One man, one job, all by himself. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
So but now he's here till he's 90. So
but. Whatever.
So I mean,
we got the suit, we got the cowl.
Hey, so many people I've talked to, so many comic book heads, that was their favorite moment when he finally put the mask on. Yeah,
they look good. Too.
They did. It looked good. I was like, they did it. I was just like, wow, they did it. Like they did it.
Yeah,
it worked.
It did work.
Yeah, I was happy for that.
Yeah.
I'm I told you my story. I'm a brown suit fan. You
are
because. But it's weird because I was a yellow suit fan because I started when he had the brown suit and you would see flashbacks of the yellow suit. So I would always I wish he would go back to the yellow. And then he did. And I was like, damn it, I actually kind of like the brown better. And he's been in the yellow suit for so long now. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a brown suit fan. I am.
I'm a brown suit fan too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my Wolverine. But yeah. So yeah, people. I guess for
Do you have
Deadpool,
any cons?
any cons? No. I mean, like I said, it's like me criticizing this movie would be like me criticizing fucking Fast and the Furious for not being Ford versus Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Like it's like I mean it is what it is, but it perfected what it is. It is a perfect Deadpool movie, and I can't hate on that. That would be dumb, you know. So if you're expecting to go see Deadpool and it be Eternals, yeah, that's not what you're going for. Like I mean, because you know,
Eternals isn't good. So.
But I'm saying, but Eternals attempted to be something. It attempted to be dramatic and heavy and have weight. Deadpool's not trying to do that, you know. Even though when he does cuss him out in the car, that was sad.
Oh yeah,
that was sad when he told him he was nothing. That was sad.
He needed to hear that, though.
But he needed to hear it because it was the truth. But
it was sad. Yeah,
it was sad.
He didn't say a word.
Yeah, he just now I want to fight you now. I want to hit you now. I was like, yep. Yeah,
that was a well choreographed scene too.
Yeah, but I actually knew. I was like, this is their last fight because they had already fought twice before that.
That was well done. And a funny thing, people were like, "Oh yeah, that was definitely." A metaphor for a gay sex scene. Just
so
how they're fighting and different shots of where they would end up.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah. And if you go back, you're like, oh yeah,
that's funny. They almost remember when he went to get out the car and he said he told him to get back in.
Yeah.
I was like
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing we see is like a shot of Deadpool like lean back and his legs spread out.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you'd fight tougher or something.
Yeah. But yeah, that was funny. But yeah, I don't have any complaints. I mean, it didn't run too long. My only complaint is they killed Cassandra Nova. And I'm always like, why do you keep killing your bad guys?
Yeah.
I'm like, you get a good bad guy that's compelling and then you kill him. I'm like, why would you do that? You know?
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing off the top of my head, so it must not matter, you know. I was happy to see all the old school cats get their due. I was happy for all of it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the pros outweigh the cons for me.
Yeah.
Like, and you said it's a Deadpool movie. Like I told you right after, during it, I didn't really. I remember thinking, where are we going with this? Like,
yeah,
once they got to the void, I was like, what is like, what's the through line, you know?
Right.
But you just gotta enjoy the ride. And
well, I was shocked that they spent the bulk of the movie in the void.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh wow, your guys are really going all in on this Loki stuff. Like,
they even that was a funny joke too. They're like, is that what that monster when the monster showed up? They're like,
yeah.
Is that such and such from
Loki season 2,
1, episode 5.
Yeah.
It's such a dumb joke.
But but it was perfect. I mean,
it worked.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, I think I told you, like, the fact that they made so many jokes about not making jokes about cocaine, I was like, that's really funny. Like, they were like, we can't talk about cocaine. And I was like, that's really funny that you keep talking about cocaine by saying you can't talk. And I was like, that's funny. But so yeah.
One of my favorite bits though from the movie was towards the end, with right before the fight of all the Deadpools.
Yeah.
And Nice Pool showed up with Ryan Reynolds with long hair.
Yes. Yeah, that was
and he gets shot up.
He did.
He's like, I think I got hit. And
I think I got hit. Blood. Yeah. He's like, well, you're healing factor. And he was like, healing factor.
Yeah. I started cracking up.
It's so terrible.
I thought that was so funny.
Well, you know, Blake Lively was Lady Pool.
Yeah.
And his son was Kid Pool.
I saw that. And you know, Matthew McConaughey was Cowboy Pool.
Was Cowboy Pool, yeah. And the baby was Ryan Reynolds' his other kid. And Tom Holland's brother was one of the pools too.
I saw a tweet of that.
I was like, that's cool. I mean, Blake, I ain't gonna lie, I mean, I ain't a fan of Blake Lively movies, but I'm a fan of Blake Lively. So,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I can't complain. She
started walking out.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Like, well, that's Blake Lively.
I said, yeah. I was like, that's Blake Lively. Show you right. I was like, yeah. Yeah,
he really did too.
When she got in trouble for tweeting "LA face with an Oakland booty," I was like, "Why are we mad right now?" I was like, "She ain't lied." I was like, "She ain't lied," but yeah. So yeah, I guess that's all I got on Deadpool. To be honest with you, I liked it. I recommend it.
Me too.
Chef's kiss.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it gave me exactly what I wanted. Yeah. So
I drank a freezy. I ate some popcorns. Some Raisinets. It's perfect.
Yeah. And we saw it together. We saw it. First Marvel movie.
Oh man!
Since Ant-Man and Quantumania.
Wow, are you serious? Wow.
But you know how that was.
And you know what's crazy, bud? Apparently, you were the heart and soul of the movie club, man. Because since you've been gone, we haven't gotten together. Those of you who don't know
why I was.
I mean, I guess you were. So those of you who don't know, we had this like informal movie club. I think we've had to seen at least a dozen movies, and in some form of the group. Because there were at one point, I think the most we ever went was probably like 10 deep, and we, at the minimum it would be like 4. Yeah. And we saw everything together. And since you've been gone, we haven't seen a movie together, which is crazy. Huh.
I don't know why, because everyone was tied to you. I
don't know.
I was there because I was your son.
Oh, clearly.
It was like my friend and my
the young prince left, and no one wants to fuck with the Dark King. So yeah. So yeah,
you shouldn't call yourself a Dark King.
I just got that.
That doesn't sound good.
I got that from One Piece. There's this character I love. His name's Dark King Rayleigh. Yeah, it's dope. He wasn't even the guy though. He was I'll talk about it later. Anyways, so I guess we'll move on from Deadpool review. Yeah, so there's our Deadpool review. People, go see it. Get some popcorns and some freezies, and you'll love it. You'll love it. So moving on. I guess San Diego Comic-Con was also this past weekend, and last year we were there. And we'll probably be there again. It's not next year, the year after that.
Once they invite us back, they kind of told us, chill out.
Yeah, the crowd was too crazy.
A little ruckus.
Yeah.
But we'll
see. We'll be back.
On good behavior.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. So but yeah, so there were a ton of announcements, a ton of trailers dropped, and there was one massive announcement. And to give credit where credit is due, who do you think the first person was to send me that news? Remember, we were at dinner when I got the text, but I got 2 DMs and a text message, and the text was first. Who do you think it came from? You'll never guess in a million years.
I think you might have told me. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a curveball. Was it our cousin Ruben?
No, actually, it wasn't. It was your uncle Jason.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's surprising.
The not comic book fan. And I saw him this past weekend, and he said, "Was I the first one to send you that?" And I said, "Actually, bro, you were." And he was like, "I didn't even know what I was sending." He said, "I didn't even know what I was sending you. I just saw." He said, "I just saw it was a big deal, so I figured I'd share it." I was like,
That's funny.
I said, well done, bro. Well done, because it was the biggest news of the weekend. So
your jaw dropped.
Yeah. Oh, but so for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, last weekend, Marvel announced the return of Robert Downey Jr., but not as Tony Stark. He'll be returning as Doctor Doom, and he will be the big bad of this next phase.
Avengers movie.
Yeah, of Marvel. So, and the internet is divided, to say the least.
I will say his review was cool.
It was cool.
On stage.
It was cool.
Because they were talking about Fantastic Four, I'm guessing, at the panel.
Yeah,
And they show Doctor Doom in the cloak with the mask on.
with all the
Takes a
Dooms
step
around. Yeah,
forward. Yeah. Takes off the mask. It's RDJ. Crowd goes nuts.
nuts,
That is crazy. I mean, he's the man that started the whole,
gangster
you know,
shit. Yeah,
the whole MCU.
yeah, yeah.
But yes, the crowd is divided.
Now I'll be straight up. If I would have been in Hall H and that would have happened, I'd have lost my shit.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I think it was actually impossible to not lose your shit in that moment.
yeah,
But once you give it a little bit of thought, there's so many reasons why I don't know if this is the best idea for Marvel moving forward.
yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
It just feels like a cash cow.
well, yeah, it feels like desperation. It feels
yeah,
like
yeah. That's what. Like, please.
it feels like
we need this.
let's go back to the well because this new shit ain't working.
Yeah,
I feel like that's probably why they were leaning so heavily, not for him per se, but they were leaning so heavily into the idea of a multiverse because they knew they could get away with just about anything if they do it right. But I think I told you, bud, I was telling Sergi, my main man Matt Sergi, the funny thing about Doctor Doom is the one thing he's known for is he never shows his face ever. He has shown his face one time since 1961. So, the fact that you backed up a truckload of money to Robert Downey Jr. to get him to come back to the Marvel Universe and you're having him play a character that never takes off his mask, what is the point of that? We needed the greatest actor alive to return and play this character. Why? Why? Just tell me why. Why? I mean,
the name,
it's crazy to me. And I mean, I don't know, man.
RDJ, he like left MCU, won his Oscar, said, "All right, I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm complete.
Got another paycheck. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. This isn't so bad.
This isn't so bad. Well, Kevin Smith's already saying he's going to get an Oscar for playing Doctor Doom, be the first person to get a lead actor Oscar for playing a comic book character. I'm like, Kevin, just shut up. I love Kevin Smith, but he is so positive. I'm like, dude, like somebody would piss in your glass and tell you it was lemonade. You just be like, oh, it's salty, but I like salt. Like that's what he would say. Like he's that guy.
Yeah.
But he but did I tell you my RDJ story?
No.
When I went to Golden Apple, I told you I went to Golden Apple, right?
No, I meant to ask you if you did.
Okay. Well, Golden Apple, people, is this, what is it, the first comic book store ever in Hollywood or something like that?
That's what I was told. I don't know.
Or is the oldest? It may not be the first, but I think it's the oldest.
Okay, I believe that.
But so I go to Golden Apple our last day in California, and you were at work. So me and your mom went, and I was looking for like two things, and they didn't have them. So it was weird. Like your mom was like, "You're ready?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You don't want to." She was like, "Normally you'd be in there just digging through boxes." I was like, I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, I asked them for the things I wanted, and I didn't want to just spend money to spend money, But while I was there, they were saying that RDJ had come in there on Thursday and bought up all their Fantastic Four shit. And I was like, was this motherfucker investing in himself? Did he go in there, buy up like all their first appearance of Doctor Doom, blah, 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 knowing damn well he was going to announce on Saturday the big bad was Doctor Doom, and now his books will go from whatever to whatever. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, that's kind of shit.
That's
what?
I'm talking about $1,000 to a millionaire.
I'm talking about it's all money, baby. But why else?
Don't know
why else would he show up 2 days before announcing? Because you know what books? So what books are trending? What books are trending right now?
Because a publicist is taking a picture.
Oh,
RDJ learning the craft.
Oh, I see.
A millionaire does not need a $10,000 book.
I don't know.
Not care.
I don't know. A millionaire, I mean, ain't a billionaire. And
he does not care.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I there's probably just press, or maybe he just wanted. I don't know, actors.
I don't know.
He just wanted it, just
that's
as a memento.
If he was the idea who Doom is, really, he can't even play Doom.
That's really crazy. You're talking crazy right now, but that's really crazy. He went in there.
No,
very surprising.
Look, I hope he can play Doom, But Doom's a different type of bad guy, bud.
I know.
The real Doom.
I
The real Doom.
that I know. I'm
Okay.
not saying I'm happy with the
Okay. I'm
casting.
just saying.
I think it's interest. I think it's interesting. Doom's a great villain, but I am not doubting RDJ's acting at all.
Uh,
We just praised him for Oppenheimer on the
yes,
show.
he was amazing, but that was a certain type of bad guy he played. It was not Doom. That guy was a snake. Doom is not a snake. Doom is a lion. Doom will eat your
But
face off.
I'm just saying, we know he's versatile.
I hope, but I've never seen him play somebody with a full fucking dose of testosterone. That's all I'm saying. Doom has to be a certain thing, bud. In my opinion, my expectation for who Doom is like he is the king of his own country because he made himself king. He wasn't born into royalty. He made himself king. He truly believes he is the most intelligent person, not only on Earth, but in the universe. You know what I mean? He meets gods and challenges them.
Well, RDJ has confidence. So.
I mean, well, I hope he knows Wing Chun. Truthfully, RDJ would probably beat my ass. That's what's funny. I'm just saying he knows Wing Chun.
But does he actually, or did he do a couple lessons?
No, he knows Wing Chun. Like he credits Wing Chun with his sobriety.
Oh,
yeah, he started taking.
Yeah, he got his ear busted up.
Yeah, the ear story
in jail.
So he has a real bad tick when he's training, where he always covers his ear, and his teacher's always like, "Stop it!" And he's like, "I can't because I got punched in the ear." So he's always worried about getting punched in the ear. But yeah, he credits it with part of the reason why he maintains his sobriety. His fucking teacher goes with him on set.
Oh.
So yeah, he's legit. He's the one I told.
Well,
all right. All right.
Well, we'll see. Only time because that comes out next year, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that in the summer?
Wait,
July?
no. It comes out in 26, and then the other one comes out in 27. I'm pretty sure.
I thought
we're not getting fantastic. I said 26. That's what I said.
No, Avengers I think was 26. I thought
Well, it's
Fantastic Four was 25.
Oh, 25? Yeah, November of 25 is Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And then we have Avengers, and then we have the following year we have Avengers, whatever. The first one's Doomsday, the second one's Secret War.
Was it confirmed if the Russo brothers were coming back for that?
Yeah, it's for $80 million. Yeah, that's what I said.
They gave them
$80 million for both movies, and so it's $40 million a piece. And the stipulation from RDJ was, I will only come back if the Russo brothers come back.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm assuming they went to him first and then went to the Russos. So when you talk about backing up truckloads of money,
jeez.
I don't even know, because you know that with the Variety, this isn't me, this is Variety magazine, has reported that he has made between $400 and $500 million off of the Marvel movies. So whatever he's making off of these next two, it's going to be bananas. So we talked about the whole idea of, so now you're talking about how much money they ask him, did they give him to come back? Now let's talk about the narrative of the film itself. Is this going to be a Doctor Doom centric movie? Because if I'm paying you $80 million or however many $1 million to be in this movie, I want you to be in the movie.
Well, I would think they're gonna do Secret Wars, right? Everyone's been saying that for years.
Yeah, they're doing, it's Avengers Doomsday, and the next one is Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah, and Secret Wars is pretty Doom heavy.
Well, see, this is the thing I'm not sure about, bud, because the Russos have been saying from the gate, since Endgame, they've been saying they would come back for Secret Wars. They would love to make Secret Wars.
They did say that, yeah.
But they never said what fucking version they were talking about. Because people are like, oh, Secret Wars 10 is about to blow up on the internet. I'm like, well, that's from 1985, but that is not the same Secret Wars from fucking 2019 that Hickman wrote. Like, yeah. So I don't know what Secret Wars they're
gonna probably do a hybrid one,
because the Hickman Secret Wars was a multiversal Secret Wars.
Yeah, they're probably doing the story of that sprinkled with iconic moments
from,
and like the general premise of the
original.
movies. Yeah,
I mean,
like Black Suit Spider-Man.
Yeah,
on the
that's
cup. Yeah,
yeah,
like stuff
that's
like that. Like
yeah,
just,
yeah,
but the story makes sense for the modern day,
yeah.
from the modern day Secret Wars.
But that's I don't know. It's interesting to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm interested in
Yeah,
seeing what they do, where they go with it. Um, they do show Doom's face in both of those, but I don't really count them as actual because in the original
it's
Secret,
like his ideal face, right?
well, no, it's healed. In the first Secret Wars,
Oh, okay.
his face is healed because he ends up getting this, infinite amount of power, and he heals himself.
Yeah,
So you see his face, for like 2 issues. And the Hickman Secret Wars, again, he ends up with an infinite amount of powers, and you see his face, but the only thing he can't fix is his face. So it's mangled. Like, and
uh,
that's the only time they've ever shown his face mangled. Like, because it was always like there were 2 different versions of Doctor Doom's face. There was the version that said, "Oh no, when the accident happened, it just cut his face," but he was so vain that having a scar on his face led to him like, hating Reed Richards, running away, making the mask, putting it on his face while it was still hot, like. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
his face was barely hurt, but he was so vain he ended up mangling his face, you know. But then the other version was no, the explosion wrecked his face, and then he went and made the mask, and it just added insult to injury, you know.
yeah.
So, but when they showed his face in Secret Wars, Hickman's version, all his face is fucked up, like his
I'm
nose.
gonna have to look
Yeah,
that
his
up.
nose was missing, like his face was fucked up.
Ooh,
Yeah, like it wasn't, and they were like, it's like, and he was omnipotent, or
yeah,
omnipotent, depending on who you're talking to, and he still couldn't fix his face. That was the whole thing. That was the irony. You have all this power, but you can't heal yourself.
yeah.
Well, actually, you can heal yourself. You just can't heal your face. So, and to me, that's a defining aspect of Doom's character. That's why I don't want them to lose that by having RDJ walking around with no mask on. You know,
I, I mean, in the panel, they had the mask on. So you know
that
that's 101
is it though
of
because
who every adaptation we've had. It's been the armor, whether they understand the importance of it,
yeah.
why he has it. It's at least there.
Yeah, because Doctor Doom. See, this is what's funny because Reed Richards has yet to exist in the MCU. So, for those of you listeners who are only movie fans, Doctor Doom intellectually is on the same level as Tony Stark, if not better. And magically, he's as powerful a sorcerer as Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
That's the thing people forget. That guy can show up and one shot everybody. Like he's the big bad.
yeah,
He's the big bad, and his name is fucking Doom. And I love that. There's a line where it says all hope lies in Doom, and I'm like, oh my god, Doctor
yeah.
Doom. I love it. The Council of Dooms. Oh my god. Yeah.
And I think another reason people are nervous is because they're just thinking, "Oh, an evil Tony Stark."
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be.
Mm-hmm.
Not Victor Von Doom, but evil Tony Stark.
Yeah, like if they play it like this is a multiverse, this is not Tony Stark, never has been, never will be. This is Victor Von Doom. I'll be able to suck that up.
Yeah,
But if it's just Tony Stark broke bad and became Doctor Doom, nah,
yeah.
I'll throw
It's
something.
like you're still not giving the Fantastic Four their due.
They're due, yeah. Like this guy needs to be, you know. But I
His
mean,
own.
I watched. I still haven't seen the teaser because it's the only teaser versions I'm seeing are like ones that people recorded themselves. But I've seen
Yeah, me
snippets. I've
too.
seen pieces. And
I haven't seen anything.
the Fantastic Four movie, I'm hopeful. I mean, Galactus is in that bitch, actually Galactus. But
Oh yeah,
then I heard the rumor that my guy Franklin Richards is supposed to be in that movie, and I was like, oh, okay, this might be interesting. Like, and they're saying Franklin might be the reason that Galactus shows up. And to those you don't know, Franklin Richards is Reed Richards' son. He's like a god level mutant, and he's a threat to like cosmic level characters. So I'm like, if that happens, that's kind of dope for me. I'm kind of digging that,
yeah.
you know. if that justifies Galactus showing up on Earth instead of just saying I'm coming to eat your planet. You know what I mean? If he shows up because no, your son is a threat to the multiverse, that makes sense. Not just I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So I'm here for that because you know, Fantastic Four 604 is one of my favorite issues. You know, when Franklin, does what he does. So we'll see where it goes. RDJ is back. Fandom is split. I'm hopeful.
At least they got us talking again.
They do. There were a series of trailers that were released. I actually watched all of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't watch any.
Yeah, so. I mean,
you have to tell me. I didn't know they were even dropping. So.
Well, they dropped the official Hellboy Crooked Man trailer.
Okay, that takes place in Appalachia. The Appalachian Mountains.
Didn't know that, but the Crooked Man. I guess.
It was in the premise. I read
the Crooked Man. Well, for those of you who don't know, I think Hellboy was your first favorite. Was he your first favorite?
Yeah, obviously. As far back as I can remember.
You loved Hellboy. You loved him, and I just loved.
He was red. He had a giant fist, a tail. That's all I needed.
That's all you needed. You're like, he's red, giant fist, and
tail,
and what we thought were goggles were actually his horns that he filed down. He filed down his horns. I thought they were goggles. I'm like, oh, those aren't goggles. But buddy, you
Smoke
were
cigars, love cats.
He did.
I thought it was me.
Yeah, you were like, hey, this is perfect. You could be Hellboy. Holy shit, you could be Hellboy. You'll smoke a cigar and you love cats. Damn, that's so funny. But yeah, so they released that trailer, and I will not be seeing that movie.
It looked bad.
No, because I think they got it right. They were like, Hellboy is not a superhero. Hellboy is a horror film. And I was like, oh,
I'm watching this.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't want to watch this. Like, it's a horror. It's a horror movie with Hellboy in it. Like,
playing like detective or something.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's a paranormal investigator.
Yeah.
So he goes looking for the Crooked Man. The Crooked Man is balling people up. So I was like, I'm good. You tell me about it.
Yeah, I will check it out. Even though the first two were great.
They were. You said weren't great?
They were.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of them. I really did. Yeah. I mean, people forget that was Giancarlo. What was his name? Benicio del Toro. No, not Benicio. Guillermo del Toro. Like Academy Award-winning director, directed Hellboy. That's so nuts. That's so nuts.
Makes sense. I mean, monsters. Creature feature.
Yeah. So he, then he made Lady in the Water, which was a loose spinoff. Not Lady in the Water. What's it called? Shape of Water, which was a loose spinoff of Hellboy, and it won the Academy Award.
It really did.
That movie's fucking dope. Movie's dope. Yeah. But I still can't believe it won Best Picture. But it was dope. But yeah, so that happened. Next, I have the Lord of the Rings season 2 trailer.
Rings of Power.
Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power season 2 looks head and shoulders above season 1.
Really?
It's like I actually was like, oh, I might watch this because I told you I tried to watch season 1 3 times.
Yeah, it's boring.
It was boring. Like I was like, this is fucking boring. I don't care how good it looks. I'm falling asleep. So, but this actually looks interesting. So I might suck it up and watch season 1.
I have to try that too.
Next, I have the Penguin trailer. The new mini series is going to be on HBO Max. It's spun off of the Batman movie that came out a couple years ago.
That looks real good.
It looks dope. So I think it's only like 4 or 5 episodes too. It's not long. It's not.
It was that short.
Yeah, it's not long. I mean, I could be mistaken.
It's just straight doing the length of the Batman movie.
Yeah. There's like we're just
breaking it up.
Let's just cut this up. And again, I'm so impressed with the fact that you cannot tell that that's Colin Farrell at all. I'm like, that's bananas that he's just all in on this character. So how about the amount of respect that playing a Batman character gets now?
I know.
Like, dudes commit. Like, you're going to play he's like the Penguin. Well, obviously.
They're like, what? Who's And they're like, it's a Batman villain. Oh, okay.
Well, what?
I'll do it.
They're like, it's gonna be 6 hours of makeup every day. Okay.
I'm in.
He'll be like, Heath did it, I'll do it. It's like they're just like, this is how you get credible. You got to play a Batman villain if you want to be somebody, which is so crazy. So I'm here for that.
That's the best villains.
He does. His Rose Gallery is the truth. It is the truth.
Most complex, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. Even though I'm still yet to see a great depiction of Two-Face. He's the one. He's the one that gets slept on, I think. But I think it drops in November. Maybe it's this year.
I thought it was this month.
Month?
Sorry, I thought it was September.
Oh,
it's September.
You might be right. Yeah, because
September.
Because you said you just watched Cape Crusader, Batman Cape Crusader, the new Prime show.
Yeah. I watched the first episode.
And
I watched. It was still only the first episode out of 10. I'm not gonna fully judge it. It was okay.
Oh,
it was doing the cheap animation, which like the voice acting was good.
Yeah,
I was like, this is just not conveying anything. Like just the emotion, the action. I'm like,
what was it? The Bruce Timm character designs and everything.
Yeah,
but
it was,
but it's just not. It's not hitting.
And some of the pacing was really fast, and they changed some stuff, which I'm okay with. You know, just we've seen a million adaptations of Batman by now.
Yeah,
like Penguin was a woman.
Yeah, I heard that Oswalda. Yeah,
it's like, well, whatever. Jim Gordon and Barbara are black. I was like,
oh really?
Yeah, I was like, makes no difference to me. Like, but just some of the pacing of that first episode, I was like, oh, this is where we're going.
Yeah,
but it was still only the first episode. But it was a good, I guess, introduction. And I will say they changed Harvey Dent's character, like how he acts, which I wasn't a fan of. He's just super arrogant and just seemed crooked, you know. So, I'm like, of course, this is gonna be a bad guy.
Yeah, it's
like it doesn't make his downfall.
Yeah, seem tragic. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because he was like the shining knight of Gotham.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it was enjoyable. I'm gonna check out the rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that actually, probably tomorrow. There were a couple more trailers. I was glazed over them. They dropped a Borderlands trailer finally because they adapted my favorite video game into a movie starring Kevin Hart.
No, that's coming out, Dad.
Yeah, it's coming out. But they they dropped a trailer at Comic-Con.
Oh,
yeah, and it's coming out like soon, like real soon.
Like next week.
Well, they dropped the trailer, and they have my least favorite actors, Kevin Hart, with my baby boo Kate Blanchett. So I'm just hoping it balances out. So it looked entertaining. I will not be purchasing a ticket.
It's gonna flop.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's gonna flop.
Not saying it's gonna be bad. It's just bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
Eye of Wakanda, was that a trailer?
No. It wasn't. I've just heard information about Eye of Wakanda. It's another short series for Disney Plus. Takes place in Wakanda.
Okay.
Yeah, but they haven't released a trailer for it yet. Captain America: Brave New World released a new trailer that was more Red Hulk centric. Red Hulk #1 is currently trending around $160, just so you know, because that's in your long box.
Who wants a bat from me?
Yeah, who wants them shits? Yeah, you're like, I got them shits.
I bought that because I saw Red Hulk on the cover, and I was 8 years old.
Hey, people,
that's literally why I bought that.
People, you just have to understand something that, like, raising my son was like, everybody thought Julius was like a deep thinker, and not that he's not, but buddy, when you
was 8,
but when you explain to me why you did certain shit, it's like the most basic shit. He looked cool, Dad. He was red. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It was Hulk. That was red.
That's all I needed. You're like, he was red. I feel like red. You and red. There's like a if it's red, it immediately catches your eye. You're like, oh, yeah. You're like, oh, he's red. So yeah, but then there was the day of the there was a Transformers 1 trailer which I've already seen. And
Oh yeah, that movie.
yeah, that movie. And
That's a kids movie for sure.
yeah, the Day of the Jackal, which I'm like, they've made so many Day of the Jackal movies. I mean, they made one with Bruce Willis in the 90s.
I forgot about
Yeah,
the Day of the Jackal.
but your boy's
I'll
in
watch
it. Your boy's in it. What's his name? He played the Danish girl. You know, he went back to back.
Oh yeah. That's not my boy. But
I'm
I
just
know
saying.
who you're talking. The British guy.
Yeah, he hasn't
Eddie
done
Redmayne.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything in a minute. Now he's back playing the fucking Jackal. I'm like, dude, I hope you hit the gym. There's Star Trek Section 31, which I'm like, this looks interesting to me. A Star Trek Black Ops team, but I really feel like pure, true Star Trek fans are probably like pissed. They're like, this is not Star Trek, and I'm like, no, it is not, but it looks cool. So, so yeah, Star Trek with a Black Ops team is like, what? Like
rebranding?
Yeah, they're like, we need to make this shit cool. Like this, this hardcore this hardcore sci-fi slant just ain't working no more. But that was it for San Diego Comic-Con and its trailers. Yeah. I'm here.
This isn't a trailer, but you know, Naruto and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are getting a crossover in November.
What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, they released some concept art, but they're getting a whole, I think, couple issues.
My beloved. Wow. Yeah. My beloved Naruto.
Yeah, and TMNT.
It's gonna bless TMNT, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
that'll make a lot of money.
It will. That's what's so crazy. It actually will. I forgot to say this. You know how Giancarlo Esposito was announced, Brave New World. Everybody was saying he was George Washington Bridge, and I talked about it. He's like Cable's homie, old school SEAL dude. Okie doke. That's not who he was playing at all. He's playing this dude named Sidewinder, like a head of the Serpent Society, which is so terrible. But
Serpent.
Yeah, Serpent Society. Just picture a group of villains, and each one is based on some type of villain is based on. Each villain is based on some type of snake. And he is playing Sidewinder. And the character design for Sidewinder is horrible, but I'm assuming it will be different because it's Giancarlo. I gotta
see this.
Yeah,
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder. He looks so corny as fuck. But yeah, literally, he's corny as So yeah. I'm assuming. I was assuming he was like, we got to change some things. We got to change a couple things before I do this. So.
They'll make it cool.
Yeah.
Right?
I hope.
They're definitely not doing comic book accurate for him.
No, he looks horrible. That's
some 80s cheese right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's legit but when Captain America was like the most like mid book for a decade, it was because of shit like that. Like those were his big bads, the Serpent Society. Like, yeah, exactly. And then
around.
Yeah, they show up like, your name's Bushmaster, your name's Black Mamba, your name's Diamondback. What do? I throw these diamond-shaped darts at people. That's what I do. That's what she did, bud. She threw these diamond-shaped darts at people.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. But
give her an MCU show.
Yeah, so bad. But also at San Diego Comic-Con, they released a teaser trailer for Fantastic Four, which we talked about, right?
Yeah.
But what I forgot...
But it wasn't officially released.
But what I forgot to tell you, because my brain was earlier when I was talking about Namor and Wakanda Forever, in the Fantastic Four teaser trailer, they finally show that fucking Celestial from Eternals. And it looks like that's where they're getting the adamantium from. And more in the MCU, they're mining the Celestial to get adamantium because adamantium is one of the major plot points in Captain America: Brave New World. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
instead of like a man-made thing,
they're mining it from this ginormous space robot. that's in the ocean. Yeah.
It's the size of half of the planet.
Yeah. Which my whole thing is adamantium is unbreakable,
yeah.
uncuttable, unmalleable. Once it's cooled, it doesn't change shapes. So how are you even mining that? You can't cut it because it can't be broken. It can't be cut. So good luck. Good luck explaining it. We'll see what they say. You know, because they couldn't, because the originally MCU couldn't use adamantium because Fox owned the rights to adamantium in the X-Men. So that's why they lean so heavily into vibranium.
Yeah.
So, but now they can, but they have to find a way to introduce it. So
I'm sure that will help with the Wolverine stuff too. The MCU's Wolverine, you know.
Whoever that may be.
Yeah.
But
she's talking about Hugh Jackman.
Till he's 90.
Yeah.
Till he's 90. But yeah. But that's all I have with announcements and trailers from San Diego.
That was a good bit.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
You want to do anime corner?
Yeah, we can. Did you know that I am caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yes, I did. I did not read 265 because it wasn't officially released. I'm not going on some janky website.
Look, I got a janky site, a not so janky site, and a legit site. My legit site and my not so janky site, they're pretty close, bud.
My legit site is Viz Media, which it was not out yet.
Then you missed out on what the dopeness that happened this week on Jujutsu Kaisen. You missed out.
Was it actually dope? You can just tell me. Tell me.
You saw last week what ended with this, the main expansion.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
I went, whoa, that's big.
Plot armor.
Well,
I was just like, whoa.
Well, this week you see what his domain expansion is.
Oh, okay.
And when I tell you that Yuji's swag is at infinite, he looks at Sukuna and says, I could kill you, but I really want to give you a chance so I don't have to kill you. And I was like, what? like that's really big talk to the god of all curses, the king of all curses.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was good. It was totally different than what you're expecting. What you're picturing, it's not that. But is
he finally the main character?
I think so. I think so. After this, I think he is. It was good. It was good. But moving past that into One Piece, I am on episode 1035. I talked to my main man, Anthony Conrad, today. He did the math, and if I continue the pace I'm on, in 2.5 weeks, I will be caught up.
Wow.
Less than a year.
I had a schedule.
I gave myself a year. It'll be less than a year. And again, people, it's worth it if you're strong enough. All right. It's so good right now. The animation has transitioned again. The character designs are still the same, but the animation is so fucking good right now. I keep stopping it to show your mother. Like, do you see this? Like what they're doing now? Like, and it's like they just changed the angles and changed how they shaded stuff and changed how they and it's so much better. It's so more compelling. The storytelling has always been top notch. Wano lives up to the hype. I say the same thing every time I talk about it, but I'm not bullshitting. Like I told you, like
is Wano the best?
Wano's the best. When they say Marineford, then Wano, then Marineford, that's the truth. And I think Wano is head and shoulders above Marineford. But yeah, it's so good. And I'm like, and then there's still shit that I know is coming, but it's still like the shit in between what I actually know is about to happen is like I couldn't have imagined watching this on a weekly basis. I can't. I can't.
That will be you soon.
Yeah, it will be, and I'll be fucking miserable. I'll start reading the manga. That's what I'll do. I'll just read the manga because I won't be able to wait. Because it's One Piece, people. they're rebooting it like next year. If you're gonna,
That's when I'll watch it.
yeah, I mean, you do what you gotta do, but I'm here to tell you when they say it's the GOAT, yeah, it's the fucking GOAT.
Go.
It's the GOAT. Nothing's ever gonna touch it. I've never done 1,000 of anything, bud.
It is a crazy piece of fiction.
It is, and like I said, bud, like about I'm on episode 1035. Wano started at 892. So around 891, they brought back a character from like 305 and they brought her back for one episode and they haven't shown her again since, and I know she's coming back. Like the crazy fan theories that I don't get into, Anthony's just always like, yo, there's so many crazy fan theories. Once I'm caught up, I'm gonna start dipping into those and just seeing what people were saying, because the shit that's in my head, I would not be shocked if like, just they pull back shit from like OG arc. Like, there's one character that's never come back that does actually surprise me. Like, just because they've brought back people from like, I mean, it's 1,000 fucking episodes, bud. Yeah. You see a dude from episode 106. You see a dude from episode 1. You know what I mean? Like straight up, there's a dude, I just watched the episode, he was in episode 1.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is crazy that he has all this just, and it works. Like, there's shit where you're like, he had, like, you think there's no way he mapped all this out, but then you're like, I feel like he may have. Like, bud, he'll do some
27 years ago.
But there is a character that was on Whitebeard's ship in Marine Ford at episode 500, who you fast forward, and when you meet this character, you're like, oh, wow, he's a samurai. That's interesting. There aren't any samurais in this fucking in this cartoon. And then you fast forward to episode like 1000, and oh, you're from Wano, where all the samurai live. Like, it's like, that wasn't an accident. It was like, and you're important. And then when they show her backstory on, well, his backstory on how he ended up on Whitebeard's ship, you're like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, you have to be kidding me that, like, they just put you there just so I could see you. And then 500 episodes later, you matter. You matter. It's just, they don't waste anything. It blows my mind. I'm just like, you're not wasting.
It's impressive. Or maybe he's really good at just recalling.
I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he is. But like, the fact that he never introduced any samurai, and then he did, and then when he did, it was like the samurai all live in Wano, and then you have 100 and some episodes of like, what's Wano, and then you get to Wano, and you're like, and then Wano is so majorly important to the whole story, you know, and
interesting.
Yeah, it's you know, because the next one is, I think, Egghead. That's the next big arc, and I'm like, and Anthony already said Egghead's not as action, but it answers way more questions about like the overall story, and I'm like, well, you know, so when I'm here to tell you people, like, you want something to do, go ahead and start One Piece. Start slow, take it easy.
I'm gonna wait till the adaptation, the newest one, just because I don't got time.
You do know it's gonna still be, it's gonna be like 500. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna be, you know, they're gonna drop it in like the season burst.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not gonna be 500. I thought it was gonna be like 300.
Well, that's based on where they're at now. Like, where the anime is at now, you got to figure, but the manga isn't over yet.
I know, he's wrapping it up.
So the anime is still probably 3 or 4 years behind the manga. So we got a little while. We got a little while. Yeah. So One Piece. I'm 2.5 weeks. I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. I'm like, oh, I can just watch TV again and watch new episodes.
New man.
Anthony was like, soon we'll be able to talk. I was like, soon. I'm looking forward to it though. So yeah,
it's impressive.
So yeah,
I'll admit that.
But I told him, I said, tell your boy, and he said, oh, I already did. He didn't believe it. I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he doubted me, bud. Who the fuck?
You have anything else? for
No,
Anime Corner?
no, that's all I have for Anime Corner.
Yeah.
I started a book while I was on vacation. Since we're gonna do a little
Yeah.
quick dab on literature, it's called H is for Hawk. It's a true story about a woman who became a falconer. She gets a goshawk and trains it to hunt, and the book's about how it affected her and how she affected the hawk. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. Read it on the
I'm
beach.
glad to see you
Yeah,
kept up with.
yeah. And I also purchased Watership Down, so
Yeah.
I'll read that next. But and sports, the Steelers training camp that happened.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, so
if
yeah,
you didn't know, we're Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
yeah, yeah.
And you also forgot about the biggest thing in sports right now, the
The Olympics.
Olympics.
Hey, funny story. It was your grandfather's birthday last weekend, and
Yes.
well this weekend actually, and I'm sitting there, and he's watching the Olympics, and I said, "Damn, Dad, this reminds me of when I was a little kid." I said, "You've always been like an Olympics guy," and
Yeah.
he said, every 4 years, Matthew, every 4 years, and I was like, "You're right," because your pap is like a diehard Olympics dude. Like when the Olympics are on, that's what he does for those 2 weeks. He watches the
I know.
Olympics,
Yeah.
and it's just funny. Like people aren't like that, but that's like one of his things. And I'm like, always has been. Winter Olympics too, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was watching the Olympics, and I was like, I was digging watching
You're
you.
proudest to be American.
I mean, it's just funny. I'm like, man. So yeah, the Olympics are going on. Sha'Carri Richardson just took second in the 100.
Second. Yeah.
I'm happy for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember our first season, I think.
Yeah.
You were talking about her.
Smoking weed and getting disqualified. And
Yeah.
I mean,
And she just got silver.
Hey,
Her
but
first silver.
well,
Her first Olympic medal.
Her first medal. Like I told your mother, it's a weird thing because it's like, oh, you lost the gold. Bitch, you won the silver. You're the second best in the world.
I didn't think. Did she say that? I thought she was grateful.
She didn't say that. But it's like, to me, it's like we're just so like, got to be the best. Well, there's a such thing as
one.
Well, there's a such thing as being amongst the best too. Like when we're talking about, because you can get up and run a 100-yard dash right now, and she's the second. I mean, she was a world champion, and took second at the Olympics. Like that's nothing to, to frown upon.
Yeah.
So
and that was last night. I know this afternoon. I'm Noah Lyles, an American.
Photo finish.
Photo finish. The commentary didn't think it was him. They were saying,
oh really?
Yeah, they were like, oh, it's so and so. I forget his name, but yeah, photo finish.
Interesting. Well, I didn't know because I don't follow like a lot of track athletes at all, but I didn't know how much of a fucking hype man. No, what's his name?
Lyles.
Noah Lyles, how much he hyped himself up. Like he's a shit talker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he is. So but it makes for good entertainment.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were saying he had to back it up, and he actually did. I'm like, well, hey, that's all that fucking matters. Like it's a funny thing being American. Because like I talked to your Uncle Chet about this. He said, in European athletes, it is nothing to be confident. Like no one thinks anything less of you if you're confident. Like, yes, I am great at this. Yes. I'm glad you recognize it because it's kind of a fact. But in America, we want our athletes humble to the point where they won't even acknowledge how good they are. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Like, this guy knows he's top 5 fastest people in the world. Why is he not allowed to say that? like I'll beat anybody in the stands in a race right now. So it's like, but if I say that, I'm an asshole. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He assembled the Avengers for the Olympic basketball team.
Oh, what? What?
Because it was like an interview. I think last year he was like talking about, and he sees whoever wins the NBA finals with their gear saying world champions, and he said, world champions of what?
Yeah.
So now this year on the Olympic team, there's LeBron, Curry, Durant.
Mm-hmm.
Just the best of the best.
The best of the best.
mollywopping people.
I mean, I haven't watched one of their games though. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, me neither. But I see clips. Like I just saw a photo today. This guy from Puerto Rico was going up to, you know, make a layup, and right behind him is LeBron, and the guy in Puerto Rico's face, he's like putting in that work, and LeBron has such a nonchalant expression. People are like, this just sums up, the
Yeah.
American team.
Yeah, like, dude.
Yeah.
But you talk about
It was a funny photo.
You talk about one thing where people are like, yeah, I play the best of the best. They played the best of the best. So the Olympics of them is just like a fucking warm up.
Yeah, it's just crazy too. I mean, the guys I just named, they're in their 30s. Like, they're not young.
Yeah.
And they're still doing this stuff.
I mean,
and another funny thing with the Olympics is, this is another meme thing, but there's a shooting competition, a shooting event.
Okay.
And, they wear special gear, like, eyeglasses and stuff to help with their aim and everything.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You've seen the Turkish guy took second.
The guy who was obviously a hitman.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah,
he had his hand in his pocket.
But
no glasses, nothing. Just his regular glasses, actually. But not special.
That guy is a trained killer.
Oh yeah, he had the Rick Grimes stance. His gun was pointed down.
But they literally were like, "Don't take first."
That's what they told him.
Yeah, they were like, "Don't take first. It'll blow your cover."
It's a team event. So is it? He still got second. Like, that means the other guy had to do bad.
Oh my god! Yeah, but that guy is amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, that was a funny.
Like, he's like straight up wearing glasses, like glasses.
Yeah, not anything special. No.
We showed that to your pap. Your Uncle Jason was like, "Dad, look at this." And showed your pap. Your pap was like, your pap tried to rationalize it. Well, I mean, I'm like, "Dad, that guy's a hitman."
Yeah,
like
he had his hand in his pocket.
Yes,
he was like so casual.
Yeah, like, want me to shoot what? All right, yeah, that's what I do.
From Turkey, like what?
From Turkey. Yeah,
that's what makes me be like, oh yeah, he's a hitman.
Yeah, well, if he wasn't a hitman, he is now. Like, they were like, hey bud, you're clearly built to be doing one thing and one thing only. So yeah that was amazing.
That's how I have with the Olympics though. I mean, so much happens, and it's just it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it's an interesting week of sport.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I really have, bud. I don't know.
Me too.
Yeah.
We did it all.
We did. We got it all in.
Yeah.
Moving forward. There was did you hear anything about Stranger Things?
No. I think they're still filming.
But there was no teaser trailer, no nothing.
Nah.
That's pretty wild.
Let's just hope we get it next year.
Hopefully. They're like 25 years old now. They'll be like, 9th grade sucks. I'm like, yeah, especially when you're 25.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, guys. Like, can we just do a time skip and call it a fucking day?
Yeah.
But okay, well, I guess until next time. He's Son.
And he's Pops.
Yeah. Take care of each other. Thanks for listening.